Okay, good evening, guys. Today I want to talk something about the Word of God. And the Word of God, it's our sword in the Spirit. So I'd like to go straight away to the Word, and I'd like you to be very attentive. When you read in the book of First Samuel, chapter 13, um, um, 13 from verse 19. I'll not read the whole chapter, but I'll be just explaining through. Not a blacksmith could be found in the whole land of Israel, because the Philistines had said, otherwise the Hebrews will make swords or spears. So all Israel went down to the Philistines to leave their plows, shares, their mattocks, their axes, and their sickles sharpened. The price was two-thirds of a shekel for sharpening. The access, the folks, uh, for those repainting also the roads. So on the day of battle, not a soldier with Saul and Jonathan had a sword or spear in his hand. Only Saul and his son had them. Now, this is a very sensitive part and aspect. You see, there was a time during Israel's time. The moment Saul was confirmed as king, Samuel had to do a farewell speech. And after Samuel doing that farewell speech, God sent Saul to the Amalekites, and Saul could not deliver what the Lord had said. So the Lord delivered the Israelites in the hands of the Philistines. This is during the reign of King Saul as the first king of Israel. So when you read from verse 13, chapter 13, from verse 16, the Bible records in the whole Israel, nobody had a sword. And they went to an extent that the Philistines, they just feared that if these guys could have this blacksmith, they could make weapons and they could overturn them. You see? Now, what they did under the oppression of this harsh rule of the Philistines, not a blacksmith could be found in the whole land of Israel. So, if you had your axle and it had to be sharpened, you had to go to the Philistines. Just imagine. So, the moment you don't have these things, you just can't attack. And the Philistines knew the Israelites very well. Now, I'd like to connect this word with Ephesians chapter 6. Let's start from verse 10. Ephesians chapter 6. It talks about the armor of God. So, finally be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power, but on the full armor of God. I really like this verse. So that you can take your stand against the devil. This is a very sensitive thing. For the struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the power of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces in the heavenly realms. Therefore, put on the full armor of God, so that when the evil day comes, you will be able to stay your ground and offer what you have done, everything to stand. So stand firm in the faith with the belt of truth buckled around your waist. So first of all, you need to have that belt of truth, very important, around your waist, with the breastplate of righteousness, a very important aspect also, breastplate of righteousness. What do we have next? And with your feet fitted with the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. So we have the shoe of peace. In addition to all this, take up the shield of faith, which you can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the of the evil one. Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit. There I land at my word. And the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. And pray in the Spirit on all occasions with all kinds of prayer requests. With this, you might be alert and always keep on praying for all the saints. Now, You've seen, after wearing all these things, the helmet of salvation, the shoe of peace, the belt of faith, you see, the most important aspect thing here, as much as you can have all those things, the moment you don't have the word of God, you can't attack. Imagine somebody attacking you, and the only thing you can do is defend yourself. That's why we need to be very vigilant and very careful with this word of God. I really pity those people who read this word like a storybook. They never have time to read this book, you see. This is, I've read books. I'm a learned man. I've read books, but I've never read a great book like this one. This is the Bible, the Word of God. Many people tend to take everything jokingly, and they take everything for granted. Now, what does the devil do? The devil lies on the little things you assume and overlook. You see? Now, just imagine you've slept. We have so many people who have slept, they were attacked in the spirit because nothing is physical. 90% of our lives are spiritual. A person was attacked in the spirit, he could not even have a word to defend himself for attack. And it's very dangerous, and these people die very mysterious death, that a person was just lying and just died like that. Why? We have those spiritual attacks, you see. We have those strange dreams, and we have a lot of transactions that take place during sleep, you see. Because let me ask you something. You really have to be vigilant with the word of God. You've dreamt, you've eaten, but when you wake up, you are very hungry. You see? But when you dream that you've had sexual intercourse with someone, you find yourself, maybe we have some fluid that has come out. It means there's some transaction that has taken place. Do you think the devil is a silly person? The Bible records the devil as that old serpent. Do you think he's just a small enemy that we can just look down upon and do everything according to its word? Now, let me read for you something about the temptations of Jesus. Jesus was tempted after fasting. The devil tempted him for 40 days and night. Now, I'll just pick randomly one of the temptation that the devil attacked Jesus with, and I'll read it to you. The devil led him up to a high place and showed him in an instant all the kingdoms of the world, and he said to him, I will give you all the authority and splendor, for it has been given to me. You see, but Jesus answered, it is written. That is the word. So, concerning tackling the devil, we use the sword of the spirit, which is the word. Yes, I'm not underrating the other forms, but the word is mandatory here. You need to have this, because we say the best way to attack our enemy, the best way to defend ourselves from the enemy, is to attack. You see? Yeah. So, Jesus always used it is written, it is written, it is written. It means if Jesus himself, being God, knew the importance of the word, then why is it that we look down upon everything that we do? Why is it that we take this word casually? Why is it that we read this book like a storybook and we never pray and we never tend to take time to know what is God telling me? What is God intending me to do from this? Let's take everything seriously, and indeed God will bless us. Israel at that time, they could not attack their enemy. And the Philistine here represents that bad enemy, the devil. You see, when you have that spiritual attack, are you in a better position to defend yourself by attacking the devil? Let's do all that, and God will bless us. Let's use this manual. Everything you might want, it's here in the Bible, and God will bless us. I have a lot of revelation. The next message that I'll be speaking about, it's about faith. Consider subscribing so that when I send other videos, YouTube will be notify you first before all the others. Otherwise, mulale vyema na Mungu awabariki. May God bless you with this love that makes every day your joy to live. Be blessed.